on too many occasions. I think all of you will kind of identify with this. Um, I have believed something was free and it wasn't free. Thought something was a price or a certain price and it was not that price. Um, Thought I found the solution and it wasn't a solution. Thought I thought things would get better in a certain way and they didn't. But over the last couple of years, my life has continually gotten better. Circumstances have become more complicated, but nevertheless, my situation is better. Why? Because I'm not out here selling my soul. I'm not out here renting my soul, or at least not much of it. I think I found a pretty. I think I'm finding a pretty healthy. We'll just say I'm I'm moving much closer to full ownership, not making compromises, not having to make too many compromises, or at least not. We'll phrase it this way: not feeling like I need to make so many compromises, not feeling like I need to do something that goes against my conscience or my spirit for the sake of a few dollars, or maybe a little bit more safety. None of us are safe from the grave, unless you know something the rest of us don't. You never really save your life. You may extend it a little bit, but you never really save it. So be very careful of what you do out here, what decisions you make. See, whatever decisions I make, I know that I am overall good, or I believe I am overall a decent and good person. I'm not out here hurting people. I'm not out here lying to people, trying to cheat people. I care about people. When I see people suffering, I want to help them, or I feel like something should be done, and I think about it. I think about them, and I'm getting stronger in it. It's increasing, and I trust the momentum that I'm moving at. I trust it to be right. I trust it to be my salvation, and the salvation for everyone. What do you have if you don't have clean hands? What do you have if you don't have a clean soul? What do you have if you can't look yourself in the eye when you go to the restroom and see your face in the reflection? What do you have when you can't enjoy the birds chirping and see a sunrise and enjoy it and feel like you're worthy of it, like you and it are connected, like the wavelength you're on is compatible with it, with that beauty? So read the fine print. There was an asterisk in front of that advertisement. There was there was an asterisk on that contract you signed. It may have said for rent, but it was really rent to own. You find the fine print where that little asterisk is, and you'll see that it'll say something like this: your soul is subject to ownership over prolonged rental. Your soul is subject to forfeiture. You thought it was just for rent. You thought you were just renting out your soul for the day. Then one day turns into two. Two turns into a week, a month, a year. What do you have if you don't have a clean conscience? If you don't have integrity? If you don't have humanity? If you don't have goodness? What is it worth to make these decisions if you don't have this stuff on the inside? That beauty that was in us as children, or that children have, is still there in most of us. But we've been covering it up with ugliness, covering it up with hate, discrimination. Lack of love, lack of empathy, disregard for a fellow man and woman. If you clean your heart, if you clean your mind, that is, if you gradually start on that direction and don't stop, that to me is the road to salvation. That to me, or that for me, has consistently made my life better. More than anything. I know what it's like to have more money than I know what to do with. It may not have been a whole lot to by some people's standards, but I know what it's like to eat whatever I want, drink whatever I want for the most part, go wherever I want. But I don't want to go too far off my point. None of that is worth it if you can't look yourself in the eye. If you can't look in your eyes and see something beautiful and worthy of respect that your children can look up to. that your children can model after. So don't get distracted. Don't let these situations corrupt you. If you got to eat potatoes for a week or two, or fast, or drink water to keep yourself from thinking about food, it's better to do that than to be out here working for the dark side, renting yourself to the dark side. It might be rent to own. Your soul might be getting owned.